Another way of illustrating the political landscape is through the time-honoured tradition of cartooning, dating back to Leonardo da Vinci in around 1500. In 2011, the best political cartoons of the year have once again been compiled into a book. Just released, the front cover is owned by award-winning local David Pope. The editor is Russ Radcliffe, and he talks about what makes a good cartoon.
We now declare this book open.
I have a couple of ideas about what makes a really good cartoon. And I suppose the major thing with a cartoon, of course, it's got to be beautifully drawn, it's got to be a beautiful piece of artwork in it, and it's got to be funny, I guess. But it's also got to have, an idea behind it. It's got to have some kind of a really intelligent commentary on something that's happening in the world or in politics. And if it doesn't have that idea, that basic idea, then I probably won't put it in. David Pope is a wonderful cartoonist. He's really terrific. He's one of the more intelligent and politically savvy cartoonists, I think. I don't know whether living in Canberra makes that much of a difference. I think there's examples of political stability all over the country, and I think our cartoonists pick up on it. Bruce Petty is one of my personal favourites. I absolutely love his work. I guess he's always broken the rules of political cartooning in that, you know, the standard view is that you have to catch an idea within a couple of seconds within a political cartoon. It's got to hit you very quickly. And Bruce Petty's never really gone along with that rule. He does often he'll do very complicated, very intricate cartoons that are just absolutely superb. It's his genius that means that he has that kind of longevity. And Bill Leake, I mean, what a great character Bill is. I think the thing is with Bill is that Bill doesn't have an off switch in some ways, a self-censor. Bill goes all out in his cartoons, and they're just incredibly funny. I think he's the funniest cartoonist in the country. And then Tandberg, of course, similarly, really sharp, incisive work. I suppose I don't really divide them up into male and female cartoonists. I think Fiona Kotoskas, who figures in this book, I think her work is really sharp, it's incisive, it's funny. It just meets all the criteria, irrespective of gender. And the same with Kathy Wilcox, does wonderful work. I don't know how influential political cartoons are. I tend to think they're not going to change policies, I don't think. Although it is amazing that how our view of a particular politician can be determined by by the way they're drawn. I'm thinking of somebody like Malcolm Turnbull. He's been drawn with a top hat or as if he had a silver spoon in his mouth, for years. And it obviously influences the way that we think about Turnbull. They're never going to do what good critical investigative journalism can do. They can never do that. The nature of their intelligence and the way they work is quite different. But I think it's very important that we take down our leaders a peg or two, and I think cartoonists can do that for us.